BLSP stock update. Bluesphere Corp. It closed the session of the 15th of October 2021 at $0.0006, a gain of about 20%. A very small volume crossed the tape during that session. We have it here on OTC short report. The volume was 2.247 million. That's really small compared to what we have, but it's not totally bad at that. So we all know that we have been pushing to get this shareholder of record to 300. Okay, it turns out that we're not there yet, but we're getting there. We have about 214 DRSs, and we have 86 left based on the count Ray of 808 had. So moving on, we need to seize this. We just need to remind ourselves, obviously BLSP or Bluesphere is in the dark status because there's a provision in the law that allows them to be there. So everything they are doing is perfectly legal. But at the same time, this is just a reminder, that Section 15D obligations can never be terminated, only suspended. So the obligations to report is suspended, because they have officially less than 300 shareholders of record right now, based on what is there empirically, based on evidence. They don't have up to 300 shareholders of record. We have, as I indicated earlier, currently only 214. So they are not under any obligations as things stand now to disclose their financials. So if the number of stockholders of a company subsequently increases to more than 300, a company's SEC reporting obligations will be reinstated. So that's what we are all clamoring and pursuing. So at some point we'll get there. Even I thought at some point we have easily exceeded that, but we are not there yet, because I'm sure the company are definitely observing things and following things, and they for sure know that they will have to come out and disclose their financials. So they probably haven't done that because they have been told by the evidence from Clear Trust for sure that they're not up to they have not reached that number yet. So because for sure they wouldn't ignore the regulation if they haven't if the 300 shareholder record has already been reached. So clearly they are still where they are because it hasn't been reached. So if you haven't done that, they haven't done yours, go ahead and do so. Ray was also pointing or trying to remind us all about the company that was also in the same status, Hydrogen Engine Center or something like that, and the company did indeed do theirs. Okay, that's this company HYEG. And so moving on, we can see what's going on with the stock. We obviously know we can hardly trade or anything like that now. Before, at some point a few weeks ago, you could sell, but right now you can't do any of those. If you have to do that, you have to call your broker. You can call if your broker is Charles Schwab, like the one we're using. You call them over the phone. You can buy and sell. So just an evidence that the stock is still it hasn't gone away. It's still there, but you can't trade it through the regular pattern, and you probably have to pay a fee for that. So moving on, we can see that the stock has only closed, even in the midst of all of these things, it has only closed above its 50-day moving average about twice since late May. So, and then the line trend still remains bullish, but the stock itself is in a bearish. It's in a, what does it say here? It's in a medium term. It appears to be in a bearish medium term trend within a longer term uptrend. Okay, so the longer term uptrend is still an upward one. So okay, its MACD is the average, the 200-day moving average is rising. Okay, the MACD is bearish. It's lagging the S&P 500, as you can expect, as you should expect. Momentum is also strongly bearish. The 14 period stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. So that's what we have here. Yes, so it has been in this oversold territory. It has dipped into this oversold territory Okay, since this is the 52-week chart, this is the 52-week chart, yes. So it's dipped into this oversold territory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the last 52 weeks, and at the same time, yes, it's dwelled in that oversold territory, and the consequence of being the oversold territory is that it will spring up. So regardless of what's going on, regardless of any trading restrictions, any fundamental issues surrounding the company and all that stuff, the stock will continue to trade and people will continue to make money each time it goes into the oversold territory. It's pretty much binary. If it goes in there, the natural next outcome is likely that it will come out of that. If it becomes oversold, the natural next it can't go any other place, any other way apart from getting coming out of that this territory and becoming maybe even overbought. You can see that suddenly oversold, but this is not exactly the best example, because this was when things were much better. Of late we can see that oversold and never like completely sold out, like totally absolutely emptied here. You can see oversold and then some suddenly comes out and then oversold again. But okay, at some point as well of late, okay, even though the best sort of period will be towards this direction. So right now it's currently oversold. So the point I'm trying to make is that if it's oversold, it's also market participants are looking at these things and they are getting involved and they are buying. So looking at the 10-day chart of BLSP, this is what happened in the last 10 trading sessions all the way to the 4th of October. So at some point, indeed, it actually reached 0.00, what's that, roughly $0.001, I believe, or thereabout. So this is what happened as at the 4th of October. It got quite bullish there, but since that time it has retraced. So to some extent, people are, there's activity there in the stock. There's still some live. In the US, you can still buy it. You probably have to call your broker, as I indicated. So we can see the momentum currently as things ended. We obviously told you the stock was up 20%. You can see what's going on here. I think in the last 10 trading sessions, it dwelled in this oversold territory, totally sold out for some time. But how many times did it dip into this territory? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 times since the last 10 trading sessions, and this is on a scale of about 30 minutes. So a scale of about 30 minutes. That's the closest we can have it. So that's what's going on with the stock. You can see, and on the oversold, on the RSI, which is a better or indication of strength, it's only got oversold once on this 10-minute model, on this 10-minute chart for the stock. So fingers crossed, we will continue to push and see what we can make out of the stock. So as it concerns its short interest, we can see on the 14th of October, Thursday the 14th of October, we saw that 84% of the entire volume was sold short. You can see that 83.64, and then even the day before it was 91.29%. So this is not just sales, this is short sales. So we have it's good that we're having at least almost 16 million that have been sold. It's good, because it's a stock that has skepticism towards it. It just means that money is being locked into the stock. So it amongst other things, yes, the people who are selling expect that the stock will continue to retrace further and they hope to make money, but at the same time as well, it's also an opportunity for market participants to force them out. Even though of course we know there are restrictions that limit us from pushing them out, but but it's good to have the skepticism, because they can continue to sell it short and short and short, and they'll be caught out. And it's good. It's good we have this short figures going into the stock, even though they have not, the volumes have been drying up, but at the same time, it's also good to see these sort of very high short volumes, and they're pretty much recent. So there's every chance that these positions may still be in place. 16, we're talking about roughly 20, maybe 21 million shares sold short. They may not have been closed, and going by what we're pushing, there's every chance it will at some point in future help. The short volumes there will help. So it's a positive, because short positions, short interests, the contrary implication of them being in place is a bullish implication. So moving on, yes, we're all pushing and we'll get there. We have evidently seen that it does work. The HYEG, hydrogen engine center or something like that, hydrogen energy center, they were in a dark status, and they came out probably when some conditions were, when they were compelled for some reason or the other. But yes, hopefully we'll get there. Fingers crossed. It doesn't matter how long it takes. We'll continue to hold on and push on. And we're here. We're all waiting and to see what we can do make out of it. And our involvement in this stock has enabled a lot of other stockholders in other stocks to get more knowledge about how to go about their stocks and other stuff. We've heard about companies that want to pay dividends, and people started buying the stock, but many of them have come to realize that they have to ensure that it's shareholders of record or just shareholders. So our involvement in this, including yourself, and obviously Ray of 808 has enlightened a lot of market participants, and about how to go about their shareholdings and all that stuff, and how to ensure that companies are probably held to account and all that stuff. So fingers crossed, we'll definitely get there. We'll definitely achieve that 300 figure and counting. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.